was a moonless night in the quiet, forgotten town of Crescent Falls. The cold wind howled through the trees, creating an eerie symphony that sent shivers down the spines of the few remaining residents. The once bustling railway station, known as Moonlight Station, stood like a sentinel in the darkness, bearing witness to the town's hidden secrets. John Simmons, a troubled writer looking for inspiration, had come to Crescent Falls seeking solace and isolation. He had heard whispers of the mysterious Moonlight Station where supernatural occurrences were rumored to happen. It was said that those who ventured there after midnight could glimpse into the realm of the dead. One fateful night, as the clock's hands inched towards midnight, John made his way to the desolate station. The rusted tracks and abandoned ticket booth gave an eerie feeling of déjà vu, as if he had been here before in another life. The station's walls were adorned with faded posters from a bygone era, and the sound of an approaching train sent a chill down his spine. As the train came to a screeching halt, the doors creaked open, revealing a conductor dressed in an antiquated uniform. His eyes were devoid of life, and his voice echoed through the station like a haunting melody. "All aboard, Mr. Simmons," he beckoned, his skeletal hand outstretched. With trepidation, John boarded the train, the air inside cold and suffused with a strange metallic scent. The train's windows revealed a moonlit landscape, distorted and surreal. Passengers sat in their seats, their faces hidden beneath tattered hats and cloaks, whispering in hushed tones about the station's dark secrets. The conductor led John to a seat at the rear of the train. "Do you seek answers, Mr. Simmons?" he asked, his voice like a spectral wail. John nodded, his heart pounding in his chest. "I need to understand, to find the truth." The train's whistle pierced the night as it sped forward, taking John on a journey through time and dimensions. He saw apparitions of lost souls and glimpses of his own past, all intertwined with the sinister history of Crescent Falls. It became clear that the town and the station were bound by a malevolent force, feeding on the secrets of its inhabitants. As the train hurtled towards its destination, John realized he had ventured too far into the realm of the supernatural. The secrets he sought threatened to consume him, and he knew that escape would be impossible. The town, the station, and the train were all part of a nightmarish tapestry, and he was now a permanent resident of Crescent Falls. The moonlit secrets of Moonlight Station would forever remain hidden, except to those brave enough, or foolish enough, to embark on a journey they could never return from. The train rumbled through the ethereal landscape, and the ghostly passengers whispered tales of sorrow, betrayal, and unfulfilled desires. John felt a sense of dread that gnawed at his very soul. He had been searching for inspiration, but what he found was something far more sinister, something that defied the laws of the living. As the train continued its spectral journey, John was drawn into the passenger stories. He listened to a woman in a blood-stained dress who spoke of a love lost to time, her voice quivering with pain. He heard the lament of a soldier who had perished in a war that history had forgotten, and the anguished cries of a child who had met a tragic end. The conductor appeared at John's side once more, his eyes glinting with an otherworldly light. "These are the secrets of Crescent Falls, Mr. Simmons," he said. "They have been hidden for centuries, and now they seek release." John's heart raced as he absorbed the weight of those words. The secrets of Crescent Falls were a dark tapestry woven with the threads of anguish and despair. The town and the station were a nexus of pain and suffering, a place where the past and the present intertwined in a nightmarish dance. The train arrived at a station that bore no earthly name, a place suspended between dimensions. The doors opened with a creak, and the conductor gestured for John to follow him. They stepped onto the platform, and John realized they were no longer on the mortal plane. The landscape around him was a dreamscape of shifting shadows and distorted memories. In the distance, He could see the spectral outline of Crescent Falls, bathed in an eerie moonlit glow. The station itself appeared to be ancient and ethereal, as if it had existed for eons. "The heart of Crescent Falls," the conductor murmured, his voice filled with melancholy. "This is where the secrets lie buried, where the town's dark history is etched into the very fabric of reality." As they ventured deeper into the station, John felt the weight of the past pressing down upon him. The walls were adorned with ghostly images of the town's founders, their faces twisted in pain and regret. He saw the outlines of long-forgotten tragedies, moments of horror and betrayal frozen in time. The conductor led John to a chamber at the station's core. In the center of the room stood a towering obsidian obelisk, its surface adorned with ancient symbols that seemed to writhe and shift. It pulsed with an unholy energy, and John could feel its malevolence seeping into his very being. "Here, Mr. Simmons, lies the heart of Crescent Falls," the conductor intoned. "This obelisk is a repository of the town's darkest secrets, a source of power that has sustained its malevolent influence for generations." John couldn't tear his eyes away from the obelisk. It called to him, beckoning him to unlock the mysteries that lay within. He knew that this was the inspiration he had sought, but it came at a terrible price. With trembling hands, John reached out and touched the obsidian surface. Images and sensations flooded his mind. A mother's grief, a lover's betrayal, a child's fear, all intertwined with the history of Crescent Falls. He gasped as he relived the pain and suffering of the town's inhabitants, the weight of their secrets bearing down upon him. The obelisk began to hum with an otherworldly power, and the chamber around him seemed to warp and twist. John's very existence hung in the balance as he grappled with the overwhelming force of the secrets he had unlocked. In that moment, he understood the truth of Crescent Falls. The town had become a living nightmare, a place where the past could never be forgotten, and the secrets of its inhabitants held it captive. The conductor's voice echoed in his mind. "You have seen the secrets of Crescent Falls, Mr. Simmons, and now you are bound to them. You are one with the town, forever intertwined with its dark history." As the room spun around him, John felt himself being pulled into the very fabric of Crescent Falls. He had sought inspiration, but what he had found was an eternity of darkness, a fate intertwined with the moonlit secrets of Moonlight Station. The train whistle sounded and the chamber dissolved into a maelstrom of shadow and memory. John's consciousness was scattered, lost in the eternal nightmare of Crescent Falls, where the past and the present were forever entwined and the secrets of the town would never be forgotten. And so, Crescent Falls remained a hidden gem of the supernatural, a place where lost souls and forgotten secrets would eternally haunt the moonlit station. The town, the station, and the train would forever be shrouded in darkness, their stories locked in a never-ending cycle of pain and despair. As John's existence dissolved into the darkness, he became just another whisper in the haunted symphony of Crescent Falls, where the secrets of the past held sway, and the moonlit station remained a portal to the eternal unknown. For what felt like an eternity, John's consciousness swirled in the maddening vortex of Crescent Falls. He was neither fully alive nor entirely dead, trapped in a liminal space where time and reality held no meaning. The secrets of the town and its tormented souls whispered to him in a cacophony of voices that threatened to engulf his sanity. As John traversed the shadowy abyss, he encountered the spirits of Crescent Falls. They appeared as phantoms with faces twisted in anguish, their stories etched in the very air he breathed. He felt their pain, heard their cries, and became a vessel for their unfulfilled desires. One by one, the specters revealed their tales to him. He listened to the lament of Mary, a young woman who had been accused of witchcraft and burned at the stake in the town square. Her spectral form wept for the love she had never experienced, the life unjustly stolen from her. He conversed with Samuel, a Confederate soldier who had died on the battlefield, his heart heavy with the burden of a war he had not chosen. Samuel yearned to return home, to hold his family once more, but the train's relentless journey denied him that solace. John's own essence became intertwined with these lost souls, and he felt their emotions as if they were his own. He had sought inspiration, but he had found an overwhelming empathy for the suffering of others. The weight of their anguish threatened to consume him, yet he could not turn away from their stories. The conductor, his skeletal form a constant presence, guided John through the labyrinth of torment. "You are now part of the tapestry of Crescent Falls, Mr. Simmons," he intoned. "You bear the secrets of the town, and you are bound to them for all eternity." As the train of souls continued its spectral journey, John realized that his own existence had changed. He had become a custodian of the secrets, a witness to the endless cycle of pain and suffering that defined Crescent Falls. The town and its station were not just places. They were living entities, entities that thrived on the torment of those trapped within. The train eventually returned to Moonlight Station, the threshold between the mortal world and the supernatural. John stepped off the train, his body now an ethereal shadow of its former self. The town of Crescent Falls lay before him, bathed in the eerie moonlight, a place of perpetual night. The conductor spoke once more, his voice a spectral whisper. "You will remain here, Mr. Simmons, a keeper of the moonlit secrets. Your presence will ensure that the town endures, that its dark history remains hidden from the world." With that, the conductor and the train faded into the mists of the night, leaving John alone in the Moonlit Station. He had become a part of Crescent Falls, a guardian of its unholy secrets, forever bound to the town's cursed history. And so, Crescent Falls continued to exist on the edge of reality, a place where time stood still, and the Moonlit Station remained a portal to the eternal unknown. John, now a spectral presence, wandered the town's streets, listening to the whispered stories of the lost souls that surrounded him. He had sought inspiration, and he had found something far more profound, an eternity of empathy and understanding. Crescent Falls, with its moonlit station and hidden secrets, remained a place where the past and the present were forever entwined, and the torment of its inhabitants would never be forgotten. The town stood as a testament to the enduring power of pain and suffering, a place where the secrets of the past held eternal sway. As the moon cast its pale light upon Crescent Falls, John, now a part of its dark history, continued to bear witness to the moonlit secrets of Moonlight Station, a guardian of the town's eternal nightmare.